Hello, friends and potential enemies. This is Rise again, and today we're looking at Secret Warriors number 9 by Matthew Rosenberg, whose claim to fame is that he wrote a book published by Black Mask called Four Kids Walk Into a Bank. Black Mask is an SJW publisher of such greats such as Kim and Kim, which is essentially a wannabe Cowboy Bebop trannies in space story without any actual bounty hunting going on, and the book Black, which is basically Black X-Men, or as writer Kwanzaa Oh Yeah Frodo or whatever should have called it, Malcolm X-Men. I'll be here all week, people. Be sure to tip your waitress. So I can't wait to tell you what Mr. Rosenberg has for us, as he has an SJW cred out the wazoo. And I hear that SJW Marvel sees him as the future. Is he? Is this going to be an oh my god, so random? Yeah, SJW Joss Whedon School of Comedy Deluxe. Here on the cover, we see that they've added Magic to the team. Magic's a favorite of mine. She's Colossus's sister. And also, we see that she has no lips, no eyelashes. She looks more like a boy in a wig than that one trans character, Chalice, from the book Alters. You know that one? Don't. Try not to know it. Just know that it's about a trans hero who talks about punching people in the taint. I'm not kidding. That's one of the lines from Alters. That's all you need to know. You're done. Don't know anymore. Don't look. Don't look. Don't lift. Don't look. Don't peek. You know why they call it a taint, don't you? Because it taint balls and it taint ass. Yeah, that's a little southern humor for you. We know it as a chode down here, actually, more than we call it a taint. But apparently up north, they think chode is a short, fat penis, apparently, which is confusing. How many short, fat penises do you guys have up north? And why do you have so many that it necessitates its own name? You know, like it's a common thing with you guys up north. Like, why? Why are there so many short, fat dicks? It's because of the cold? It's weird. Northerners with your short, fat dicks. So, if you look at Magic's chest, it is also magic because her breasts are strange, little compressed, deflated looking has-been breasts. Like a beautiful movie star that you look at in a slideshow online to see that, like, where they are now, and you go, oh, such a shame. They're like Christy Alley's or something. They look like frisbees under spandex. Like they're like what happens to a Nerf ball when you leave it sitting in your backyard for a few years with the rain and the rot. Look, characters do not need to have oversized uber udders, okay? They don't need to all have big bouncing titties, okay? They can have athletic bods and breasts to match, but these look like they're trying not to be breasts. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone drew them with a very offended look on their face the whole time, and they said yucky when they were done. Doesn't it look like that? It's weird. Chodes and frisbee boobs, and we haven't even opened the book yet. Let's get into this nightmare. All right. So we have a explanation that I'm going to read to you because I need you to understand how Marvel prefaces their stories these days. When a cosmic cube transformed Captain America into the ultimate Hydra sleeper agent, former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Daisy Johnson, aka Quake, organized a team of Inhumans to take him down. In the fight against Hydra, the Warriors discovered that Karnak had given his own son to the villain Dark Beast to be tortured in hopes of finding a new catalyst for Inhuman powers. Appalled, the Warriors split up. Karnak joined Inulux, an Inhuman company owned by the Aurora Boltagon, and while the others tried to return to their normal lives. But then Beast, clandestinely acting under Mr. Sinister's orders, kidnapped Inferno's niece. Angry that Dark Beast had escaped on her watch, X-Men Magic joined the Warriors to hunt him down. With the secret help from Karnak, who's still off the team, Moon Girl tracked Dark Beast to a warehouse in Florida where they just discovered dozens of imprisoned children. Oh. What? These prefaces are stroke-inducing. I've read more interesting directions for fucking Hot Pockets. It's so convoluted and thick and shit, You're just exhausted with it. What's going on? You're exhausted with what's going on before you even get into the book. Don't you think it would be better to approach this like, I don't know, a hook, maybe? To make someone want to read on instead of just feeling completely overwhelmed with this bullshit? Maybe a simple line like, they are the Secret Warriors, a team assembled to take down Captain America Hydra agents. But the team returns lots of children to their homes as the hunt for the Dark Beast continues. I mean, just something along those lines. Just like get us into it, hook us a little bit. Was that really hard? You want people to read your shit, right? Then make it accessible. Fuck. So we open on what might be the laziest writing I've ever seen since a Bazooka Joe bubblegum wrapper joke. It's somebody's house somewhere. All right? At least you figured out a nice time to put it in. It's a nice rounded off perfect number of a time too. I swear to God. The writer looked around his room looking for inspiration for the time, and he saw his own clock and he put it in. I fucking swear to God he did. That's how that got done. So the classic trope of a robed bitch in rollers answers the door, and they turn the kid over, and Magic, who's usually a Russian fox, looks like a constipation tranny because I don't know, why the hell not? We're living these new times where just making characters look like garbage is just completely acceptable. So I don't get this face. I don't understand why she's making it. It's gross. It's snarky. And they ask, is this your kid? And then Mom's like, oh God, Steven! And Magic's all, we'll take that as a yes. Like, did someone replace Magic with Chalice? It's weird. Gross. And so they walk away giving zero explanation to her. And the kid can't explain it. And so she tries to ask a single question, and all she gets is like, lady, we've got a lot of these to do tonight, okay? What's with all the sass? Why do SJWs always make characters, especially female heroes, into these snarky, sarcastic, put-out, whiny bitch mall bunnies? What's endearing, relatable, or engaging about that? Is this like accidental commentary on millennials? Is this how you see them? Like, shouldn't heroes be, I don't know, better than millennial kids that are like snarky and bitchy like this? Or, I don't know, have distinct characters instead of all sounding like the afterbirth of a failed Joss Whedon TV pilot? Huh? Couldn't we do better? I don't know. So Miss Muslim reminds them that they didn't kidnap him because OMG, so random as they warp away. We didn't kidnap him. So Quake says, when you say we didn't kidnap him, it sounds like we did. And Kala's like, no, it doesn't. And Magic is like, yes, it does. Lol, rando tango ho. So random. So they end up back at the base where Moon Girl's scanning shit, and she says the kids are Inhumans, but I don't know who really gives a shit. And so Low Rent Ralph Macchio is giving a board meeting to a bunch of reptile people, which is, I don't know. It's not doing the weirdos who believe in the lizard people overlord conspiracy theory any favors, that's for sure. And he's interrupting by Captain Facepaint, and they have a little standoff, and he says, that was about you trying to get to you to approve my TPS reports while you were on the toilet. I can't. What? Toilets. TPS reports from Office Space. Whoa. Keep both arms and legs on the inside of this hilarity ride at all times, people. So they bust this fat old guy. Whatever. It's SJW fantasy stuff. What gets their clits hard. They bust the old fat rich white guy. And scene. That's it. What the hell even was that? It was pointless. So back to Magic teleporting everyone to wherever. We don't know. The future of Marvel's writing doesn't bother telling us. And they run into Dark Beast, which is like Evil Beast. But Dark Beast sounds more like something a 7th grader would put into one of the poems they write after they get all mad at their parents. So they went with that. And the fight is on! Fucking finally. They fight these patchwork monsters that look a little... They look a little like shitty action figures that were all like torn apart and then put back together into these constructs of shittiness. They're not really scary or dangerous looking. They look kind of like rejected ghost ideas from that real Ghostbusters cartoon. Yeah. And I love that show. So Miss Muslim does her long arms and giant hands shit that she always does. Is it me or is she just like a teenage Reed Richards but with like ridiculous go-go cartoon fists and like that's it? There's nothing cool about that. They show her attacking and nailing a guy, and she's using the old Three Stooges two-finger eye gouge. Um, yeah, because you can tell because the guy's eyes are spurting blood. What the fuck, really? She's a superhero and she's using Stooge Foo? As the battle rages, you can tell, like, whoever wrote this does not take it very seriously. As the battle rages, Dark Beast snags a laptop and checks his Twitter, as you can see. Um, Dark Beast, or it's at Dark Beast Thoughts, everyone. Let him know what you think. Give him a tweet. So Dark Beast takes Twitter break to almost kill Quake while making dumb comments like, "Can you vibrate my arm off before you suffocate? I'm guessing no." Um, and she rumbles his arm, which I think was actually going to pull off of her neck. You know why? Because it takes about 4 to 5 minutes of strangling someone to kill them, dark bitch. Yeah, roasted. Ha. Beast is smarter than this, people. The writer who wrote this, though, questionable. And so Mr. Sinister comes out and he looks, oh fuck, no, oh god, no. He looks like a disgruntled hipster coffee shop employee, and he says, "Do you all know who I am?" And Moon Girl is like banging a bucket over a monster's head. Tee, so random, lols. Oh my god, fights to the death with monsters are cute and whimsical. And I can't tell what the tone of this book is yet, and let me think. Hold up, maybe I can figure this out. The tone is smug. That's the tone. This book isn't serious at all. It's pretending to be a comedy book that happens to have superheroes in it. It's smug. It's smug like Mr. Sinister's face with his little world traveler ponytail that he shouldn't fucking have. And then Sinister says, "I see. For those who don't know, I am called Mr. Sinister. Don't let the ugly moniker fool you. I'm really not that sinister. But I suppose genocidal geneticist doesn't rhyme." That's a joke, people. SJW self-aware humor where they make bad jokes and know it's bad, but they try to turn it into a joke because it's become popular to tell bad jokes because our culture is on the decline. It's on you'll find that on dating profiles nowadays. I love puns and dad jokes and dogs and eating and travel, and I just want someone I can really vibe with. But yeah, oh fucking, you can't have every character cut from the same smug, snarky hipster cloth with their voices, guys. You have to give them a unique character. He just made Mr. Sinister make a joke that someone who's making fun of Mr. Sinister would say, but he had Mr. Sinister use it on himself. I'm all for self-deprecation, but Jesus. This is why people don't like SJW Marvel, because they openly mock the heroes and villains and have the heroes and villains mock themselves with the voice of a writer who doesn't take them even a little bit seriously, and it's not the character's actual voices. It's the voice of the writer and he's using it to have them make themselves look like idiots. It's not fun. Nobody likes that shit. Nobody. And this is not just superhero genre. You do this anywhere, no one's going to enjoy it. Fuck. You know, I bet all his other books with completely different characters read exactly like this. And it's not a good thing either. This is an amateur writer thing. That's what we're watching here. Okay. So, my name rhymes. That's so hilarious. Walks away with a baby, and they don't do shit about it. He disappears without a teleport, it's lazy. And Miss Muslim goes berserk and starts questioning Moon Girl. And Moon Girl's not fucking having it. She's just lays into her. She's like, "Don't talk to me like I'm a child." And Ms. Marvel's like, "You are a child." And she's like, "I am a child who is smarter than you will ever be." Ho! And then she gives some stupid speech about how they've all been really naughty and how they've done things and their means, and the means don't justify the ends. Who gives a shit? And she calls Karnak and chats with him, and they talk about how they are coming for him or whatever. And Dante just freaks out. "We're gonna come and get you." Who cares? And Carmack's just like, "Okay, next move, call the news and have the media wait for him." They don't know. He doesn't know exactly where they're going to be, but somehow he gets the media to find them. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't know what houses they're going to be returning these kids to, because they need to get all these kids home. But whatever, it's just lazy writing. Uh, so we get back to another perfectly timed scenario in front of a small house in the middle of nowhere. And again, this book, another well-rounded off time, nice and clean, unlikely. Nice and clean and unlikely. Um, if this book wasn't insulting enough to the characters, the press is there and it calls them the champions. So, and I actually noticed in this panel, magic boobs have been back throughout this. So look, what's that about? Are they like mood boobs? Do they like change with their mood? Do they like come and go? What's going on? It's weird. So Miss Muslim is like, hey, we should do an interview. It might be good press for like the team or what? Aren't aren't you already like in the champions and you're all over Twitter, like getting told how cool you are enough already? Is it really time to like double dip? Really? Sheesh. You know, what do you need from the press anyway? Like, what kind of good press are you guys needing? Like, what's that going to help? Like, what happened to just being a superhero for just because it's the right thing to do, and that's it. That's the only reason. You do good just because. The end. Period. I mean, I don't understand. Does it just not work for you to do good just because you need that like little pat on the back, that little Twitter like? What the fuck? So there's this ecstatic lady who just got her kids back and she's hugging everyone, and Kamala Khan hugs her back by smothering her with gross tentacle arms. And the color is fucked up because one of the arms, it doesn't have a clothing color on it. It's just pure flesh color. So it's like extra penis like and fleshy and look at that. Oh. This doesn't even look like a hug, by the way it's drawn. It looks like a finishing wrestling move, like she's about to like kill this poor lady. Get it together, Ms. Marvel. You're overdoing it with this whole like, look, I can stretch and put you in a headlock and show my affection shit. Just relax. Calm down. We get it. Like you're zany and your arms wrap around shit. You're like a Reed Richards without the discipline or control. We get it. Boring. Stupid. So they interview this kid, and he just kind of stares blankly at the camera and starts going off with some cryptic evil shit. He's like, I am inhuman. For too long, humanity has disrespected us. No, they will fear us. And he says something runic, too, which is kind of dumb. And it's an SGW book, so it probably says something like, fuck the system, or down with capitalism, or something. So Ms. Marvel realizes that's what's going on, and she grabs him and pulls him away from Mom with her gross go-go cartoon fist, and boom! The fucking kid explodes. The end of the Secret Warriors. Forever. I hope. And the letters in the back. Whew, okay, sometimes I like to look at these. Sometimes I wish I hadn't. But the first thing we see is a top corner is a dinosaur version of the Rider. And even that is designed to look like a smug fucking hipster dinosaur who would tell you the time from an Apple Watch that was modified into a pocket watch as he rides by on an old-fashioned bicycle into a giant craft beer brewery with like an owl on his flanneled shoulder. Fuck. It's so fucking hipster. God. When is that shit gonna fade out? They look like time-traveling lumberjacks. With like minus the lumberjack muscles. They're fucking, it's just weird. They look like malnourished time-traveling lumberjacks. Okay? Just quit it, fucking hipsters. God, there's nothing hip if you all look alike. If you all look like you're going to some like brawny fucking paper towel convention to like trade like flannel pattern ideas. Like you don't, it's not cool anymore. Okay? I don't care that your jeans are tight enough to show me the outline of your little dicks, like your little soy-infested cock. Like, you're not cool. I don't think you've ever been cool. You just look like someone desperate to be cool who's very uncomfortable in those pants. That's it. Anyway, I thought you might find that interesting. It's kind of amusing. So, yeah. Whew, that book was fucking obnoxious. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Is Rosenberg the future of Marvel? That's his name, right? Now that C.B. Sabinsky is coming, do you think this guy's still going to be considered the wunderkind around there or what? Let me know what you think and subscribe. Hit that button to let me know you want more content, and you'll get notifications. Ring that fucking bell. And hit like. Give me a like. Let me know what you think. Hit the. I'm going to do another review or roast very soon. And I appreciate you tuning in so much. You have no idea. And as always, death to fucking Ming.